Okay. All right. When last we left off, Nightboi got in a bit of a row with one of the other students, Hexbat. He took umbrage with the fact that Nightboi made some accusations about one of his colleagues, Shadow Puppet. But things were able to be settled eventually without any actual violence occurring. So, after that, the team decided to further investigate their last two remaining suspects, that being Astro Girl and the ex-boyfriend of Spitfire, Crimson Gale. They did this by infiltrating the very secret and group of the Homecoming Committee. And together they banded together to plan the upcoming fall dance, with theme of which we have decided is Forever Young, which we're interpreting that to mean the 1920s.
Like all teen movies.
Ray and Astro Girl grew closer. I don't know. They shared some of their experiences and feelings with each other. It was all great. Then all of the team, except for Nightboi, got dates to the dance. And then all of the various friends that they've met along the way on their adventures got together on the roof of a local pizzeria, I believe it was, to play D&D and to pull the resources and finally try and crack this investigation. They narrowed it down to Astro Girl, and to try and gather evidence against her, they are sending in a secret agent. Secret Agent Ray. Kaboom. And that is where we last left off. As of right now, the team has decided to Ray has decided to try and befriend Astro Girl to gather evidence, follow this lead up, while the other two continue to look around the school, see what they can find and dig up and all that fun stuff. So we are in the high school gymnasium. We are hanging banners. We are blowing balloons. We're setting up the sound system.
I have like a hose that comes out that just inflates balloons automatically with helium.
And Astro Girl is futzing around with the sound system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the entire planning committee is there. So,
do you think this will be enough balloons?
I think so, but remember, we need an equal number of gold and black, okay?
Astro Girl, what was the balloon situation like again?
We need an equal number of black and gold balloons. More pressing, though, right now, is that I cannot figure out the sound system. I don't know why it's not syncing to my phone. And whenever it does, the only sound that comes out is just garbled mess.
Can I try? Maybe I can do that. I'm not like a computer expert or anything, but
you can try, yes.
By
all means.
I take the big, like the 3-pronged microphone plug.
Yeah.
Yes.
XLT.
I open up a little panel on myself and plug that into myself.
Nice.
I think I can do something about this, but when I say that, the sound comes through the speaker, not through my own.
It's so loud. Everyone covers their ears.
It's extremely loud. Maybe that doesn't work. I unplug it. I'm not sure if I can do that from there. It doesn't really have a computer attached to it. It's just analog.
Hey, Astro Girl, I could use a break. Would you want to grab a coffee or something with me at the cafe?
Yes, I need a break from all this. It's just so much happening.
Okay.
You go to the trough.
Ray gets a coffee.
Okay. All right.
Gets a latte.
Like
a chai latte. That's what Ray gets.
Nice. Astro Girl orders a caramel macchiato.
So, Astro Girl, I think this is really coming together.
I hope so. It's just the whole thing with the sound system is just really stressing me out right now.
I think Annie can do it. She did a pretty good job with the Gorilla Napoleon's robot, so.
Yeah, that was. I heard about how all that went down. You were very impressive. From what I heard and saw, there was some video. I didn't know that turning into a storm cloud was something that you could do.
I didn't know I could do it either, but it was really cool, wasn't it? Thank
It
you.
is very cool, I had to admit.
Yeah, but how have you been? I know that was not like you weren't doing so great that day, but how's everything else going? I mean, you do a lot with the prom and the Sentinels. Homecoming, not prom.
Yes, it's going okay. I am crushing it. It's not at all an all-consuming thing in my life at this point that leaves me with no moment where it's not filled with stress.
But Aster, like, do you do anything for fun? Like, do you have any time? Would you want to like see a movie sometime or something?
Fun. Yes.
Or like do a face mask?
I haven't really had a lot of downtime for a long time, but I suppose I'm free tonight.
Oh, yeah, we should do something.
Okay, what did you have in mind?
Do you want to go to the mall?
Yeah, okay, I can go to the mall.
Well, I have your number. We should probably get back to the gym and see how that sound effect's going.
Oh, yeah.
But you are really doing a great job, and I think the dance is going to be great.
Well, thank you. I try.
What is Nightboi doing at this point?
Wait, is Nightboi not part of the homecoming
Nope.
committee?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, you're in class. You're in English.
Okay.
What are they reading?
So they have like just a regular old English class. I dig it.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, this isn't Hogwarts.
Is there something that I could be doing with our gang at the that we got to join
Yeah,
us?
absolutely you can. What do you think you're doing?
Well, let's see. Any one of them are first years,
Shadow Puppet.
or would be in the same English class
Shadow
that I'm in?
Puppet's first year.
Shadow Puppet's the first year.
Your favorite.
So Shadow Puppet could be first year and is also in my English class.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay.
Now,
And
you go ahead.
Okay, so Shadow Puppet's powers are comparable to Astro Girl's, hence why they were both on the suspect list. So I'm trying to think of what we could discuss that would be relevant plot-wise.
While you're figuring that out, the teacher is giving a lecture on Julius Caesar. Now, the question I think all of us should I want all of you to ask yourself while you're going over this play is, was Brutus justified in his killing of Caesar when he truly believed that what he was doing was the right thing, despite the fact that it would cause political upheaval in Rome?
Well, wasn't the political upheaval the point?
Yes, but the whole destabilization. It would Rome was split after Caesar died, which caused a huge period of transition for Rome. But Brutus and the others believed that is what was needed for the betterment of Rome as a whole.
Yeah. So he felt guilty in the end because he betrayed his friend, right? Mm-hmm. But he did it because he felt it was the right thing to do for Rome. The question then becomes, did it really change much?
That is the question exactly, Nightboi.
I personally don't think it did.
Well,
I mean, it caused upheaval, but still, they were still living under a Caesar.
So just replacing one form of dictatorship with another.
Pretty much.
I look forward to reading your paper on this, Nightboi.
I look forward to writing it with my good friend, Christ,
Stan,
what's his name?
I swear to God.
I hope you're ready. I have so much Patreon content that is just Stan trying and failing to name characters.
It could be a whole episode at this point, right?
Is it Shadow
Yes.
Puppet?
Shadow Puppet. My good friend, Shadow Puppet.
Your closest friend.
It's always Shadow Puppet.
He just looks over. You barely know my name.
I did at some point really want to call Shadow Puppet Mr. Mime.
I don't understand why. He's not a mime.
Are you confusing Shadow Puppet with my other friend, the airhead?
He's not
Maybe.
a mime either. There are no clowns.
You should add in a mime.
I'm not doing that.
hero.
I do not believe in your entire fleet of NPCs that you do not have a mime or a clown somewhere in that.
I refuse to.
The Surrealist is basically a mime.
I guess.
Close enough.
Well, it's mainly because I know I'll never be able to create a character as great as Bon Voyage, the mime who uses bombs.
Try this on for size.
Mais c'est incredible! That is the greatest, 20 seconds of cinematic history. Just the accordion music as he steps out. Anyway, welcome to our Incredibles review podcast. But yeah, so
right.
English class dismissed, and you have engaged in NPC in conversation. Stan, what do you do?
Look out.
So what have you guys got figured out?
Well, so far we've been focusing on who they knew, right? Like more of a social networking kind of thing, right? Like that's mainly the approach that you guys took, right? Mm-hmm. Well, have you? They used to live here, the two of them, and I don't think anyone's taken over their dorm rooms yet. I don't think that they've cleaned them out yet.
So we can investigate their dorm rooms. That's a pretty good idea. Can you slip through walls?
I not through walls. I can do under doors if it's not flush with the ground.
Okay. Well, none of the rooms are flush with the ground. Let's you and I meet at lunch, and we'll go check out some of these rooms.
Okay.
Are you concerned because you need something to eat? Are you hungry? Like, if you got to eat, make sure you eat before we go.
I can get a snack back or something.
All right, cool.
A Lunchable.
Cool. All right, that'll give us about, I think, 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We can hit, does she have a roommate?
I think they live together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go, let's check out their rooms, see if they've got any good stuff to look at. We're going to do the thing at lunchtime.
Yes.
And he's cool with it. So we'll do, we can do it like a clockwise wipe.
Okay. But,
to show that time has passed.
And you're all wearing mustaches.
Okay.
To show that time has passed. Lunchtime. Bring. Everyone starts digging in. Those of the student population that do eat.
All right.
Which is only a quarter, actually. It's no one else needs to eat.
I meet up with Shadow Puppet.
There you go.
in the courtyard, and I say, "All right, you can sneak us over there, right? Mm-hmm. Once we get into the barracks, I'm good because I can get underneath the door too." Well, okay.
I could take you under with me if you want.
That's cool. We'll do that too.
All right. He puts his hand on your shoulder. This might feel a little weird, and his shadow, which is facing away from you, his shadow's being thrown behind him. Bends forward until it's then underneath both of you, and suddenly everything around you is just total blackness. And
I feel so comfortable.
It is very cold, and
I love
You
it.
swear that you can hear voices whispering inside of there in the distance. And then you see in the distance a faint speck of light, like a single star, illuminate. And then it grows bigger and bigger and bigger until it's all that you can see. And then you're standing in a dorm room.
Cool. That was fun. We need to do that again sometime. Like, not related to this, just for giggles. And, maybe, I can show you some of my cool little vampire shit.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
So let's check out this apartment. What's obvious in this
They
dorm
are
room?
messy as hell.
All right, so there's clothes and shit still left all over the place?
There's clothes and shit all over the place. There is also a series of padlocks that have been added to the inside.
Is there any evidence, with all this clothes all over the place, is there any evidence that they've been here recently or that they have, is it dusty?
It's been about a week and a half, I think, since they left. So it's not going to get too dusty in there.
Okay, but it doesn't, there's no evidence that they have been back in this
It's hard
room.
to tell because it is so messy, but nothing obvious that you can tell.
Okay, all right. It's just weird because there's clothes all over the place, so that means that wherever they went to, they didn't feel the need to bring their clothes, or at least a good portion of their clothes. All right, so they've been gone for a week. They've got all their clothes here. Well, they must smell something horrible. Let's see here.
Let me describe the room a little bit more. So
Yeah.
they do not have a they do not have a bunk bed situation like you and Barkley. Because that's just not how they roll. Typical, as far as the size of the room, it's a typical college dorm room kind of situation. Very similar to yours, except for all the things inside of it. What is inside of it? Clothes everywhere, all of them black. It's impossible to tell what's what, just because it's all in piles everywhere. There is several posters up on the wall with black lights over them. They are turned off currently, and there's a desk with bits of homework and stuff strewn all over it. Drawers open full of just various bits of makeup, and a half-eaten apple is still on one of the desks.
Okay, cool. I've got an ability that I can use that will be very useful in this situation.
Yes.
Criminal
All
mind.
right.
So when I assess the situation, I can always ask one of the following questions, even on a miss.
Okay, I love it. Lay it on me.
So
You're
let's.
a real mind hunter.
Yeah. Wow, I got a 4.
Yeah. Luckily,
All
you
right,
still have that extra
cool.
question.
Yep. And let me pull that back up. What here is useful or valuable to me?
You take a look around, and nothing is immediately suspicious, as there aren't blueprints to the school or anything like that. But those posters do look pretty sweet with the little black lights over them, which are turned off right now. And you have
Maybe they're hung over a tunnel entrance.
In my experience, generally black lights are code for there's secrets on those things that can only be revealed by black light.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. I am going to turn off the light and turn on the black light. Turn
The
on your
black
black
light.
lights.
And when you do that, written over in invisible ink over this poster of Robert Smith and Susie Sue, you see a drawing of a locker with the locker number. It is locker 23, and a combination.
All right. And what is that combination?
Does not matter, Stan.
Cool.
You
All right.
know it now.
I have the combination, which means you
Okay,
can
you know what?
just
Actually, you know what? Ryan,
press-
let's wind it. No, I'm gonna wind it back. I'm winding it back. Okay, I'm winding
What?
it back because with combination yada yada, and the combination number is 664.
Okay. Oh, right. Puppet. Fuck.
What did you just call me? You want to go? This is the point he rips off his mask, and you see the Inquisition logo tattooed over his face.
Oh no.
We're alone now.
What's his name? Puppet. It's not Puppet Master, is it?
I do.
Shadow Puppet.
His shadow grows.
shadow
his
puppet.
shadow grows behind him on the wall, and it forms the shape of a dog. Oh, that's really cool. It's so perfect. Then shape of a butterfly. Huh? And then a
Shadow
goose.
puppet.
Yes.
Let's get to locker 23.
Okay. You are absorbed back into his shadow, and you travel at the speed of darkness, which is faster than the speed of light.
Whoa.
Wow.
And you go through the same experience as you did last time, whenever you're traveling through this shadow space, Nightboi. You do hear something else though inside of there that you didn't before. You swear you hear piano music, just faintly twinkling
Is it
away
Flight of the
in the
Bumblebee?
background. And that's synthesizer, but whatever. Oh, sorry, you said Flight of the Bumblebee. I thought you said the theme.
Yeah,
I thought you said the theme to Halloween.
No, the Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yes,
easy mistake to make.
yes, you stay in there a few seconds, and John Carpenter strolls by. I live. Oh yeah, I live here now.
All right. So we get to locker 23?
Yes, you do.
All right. I rush to the thing, and
The hallways, I should say, are empty right now because it is lunchtime.
I go right 6, left 6, right 4.
And ka-cha is the right sound to make because it ka-chas and opens, and you see not the interior of a locker full of things like books and half-eaten Nature Valley bars and photographs of John Stamos and James Spader, like you would find in a normal teen locker. No, you find a tunnel.
Oh, snap. All right. We gotta get our pals. This is probably too dangerous to go in there alone.
Yes, I agree.
I shut the locker and I rush to where actually I turned to Shadow Puppet. Any idea where Ray or Annie are?
Well, it's lunchtime, so they're probably in there.
You think they're eating?
If
Okay,
only
let's go
you
there.
had a cellular device that other people tend to have, also that allows for instantaneous communication across distances.
Especially one perhaps common among teens, you know?
Like psychic
Yes.
powers.
So you hit them up on their pagers.
Can you tell that Hayden and I have been watching a lot of Buffy because...
I write on a piece of paper, meet at locker 23, and fold it into an airplane. And aim it for the cafeteria.
And we follow that paper airplane as it soars through students. Ooh, it looks like it's going to crash, but then no, a student passes by, and the updraft that they make as they walk by carries
the
it
human
up.
tornado walks
Exactly. And whoosh. Oh no. Two men are carrying a plate of glass through the cafeteria. Oh no, what'll happen? It ducks under, sailing above in a high, majestic arch as it corkscrews through the air and lands on Ray and Annie's table.
Ray opens it.
What's that?
Hello, this is Nightboi. Meet at locker 23.
Wow, Nightboi has really bad handwriting.
How dare you?
Nightboi does have really bad handwriting.
I was not coming for you. I was coming for Nightboi, who, yes, his handwriting definitely is bad. I don't know why you're taking this as a personal jab.
It is in print and still bad.
So I think we should go to locker 23. We do that.
Star.
I assume,
Star.
not to speak for Annie.
Yeah, let's go.
Star wipe. He summons forth his other friends. The two of you arrive at the nope, you are in the cafeteria. Let me try that again. Everyone meets up at locker 23 with 5 minutes left in lunch. So if you want to go, you better go now.
But it's just the four of us. Shadow Puppet didn't bring any friends.
They have not arrived yet. And
Probably in school, or probably people don't all have lunch the same period.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no,
That's what I figured.
They'll meet us when we can, but if we want to check this thing out, we should now, because the hallway's going to be filled with people in like 5 minutes.
Let's go!
All right. I step in.
Right.
And Annie, do you have any headlights?
I think my screen can light up.
Okay,
I changed my screen so it's just white
To,
Is it better
flashlight
than-
mode.
and turn the brightness all the way up.
Does it work better than a cell phone flashlight?
Equally as well.
Okay, good.
Well, it's like, imagine if you just turned on a TV in a hallway.
Uh-huh.
It would light up a room.
Okay. All right. Except it's a big TV. All right. So cool. We could see in front of us. So we go down the tunnel.
It's a pretty thin tunnel, so I have to really scooch through it.
All right.
It goes down a ways at a sharp incline until it evens out. And it goes forward about 20 more feet, and it opens up into this rectangular room that is about 50 feet by 50 feet. And what you see in there is... It is impressive is the wrong word. Let me just tell you what you see, and you can decide for yourself how you feel about it.
Okay.
There are long work tables set up along the three walls, full of bits of computer parts and half put together gizmos and gadgets and stuff. And one wall has blueprints on the wall, and another one has a map of the school. And the one that is directly opposite you, the wall that is directly opposite of you, has a big corkboard set up with photographs and names of photographs and names of students.
Great.
All students?
You don't have an exact count, but there are a lot.
Are we on there?
You approach and you do find yourself on there.
What does it say?
No, it says, Ray, no last name, question mark. Age, question mark. Planet of origin, and it lists your planet of origin. What is your planet of origin?
Oh, Nobelium.
Planet of origin, Nobelium. Abilities, gaseous form, ability to condense and or expand their matter, and possible electric powers. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's like when you include something to something else, you interface. Ability to interface with technology. And then one last little bullet point at the bottom says, turn Question mark.
Is Lucy and Beale on there?
Lucy and Beale are not on there.
Is Astro Girl on there?
Astro Girl is on there.
What does it say for Astro Girl?
Astro Girl, it lists her lists her place of birth, it lists her name, her age, her power breakdown, and it says turn question mark.
Interesting.
Is Nightboi and Annie on there?
Nightboi and Annie are on there.
What's mine say?
Turn no. Or no, it doesn't say no, it says unlikely.
Okay. Nightboi?
Question mark.
Ray picks up a pencil and adds 15 to their age.
Were Lucy and I turn to the group and ask, were Lucy and Beale known for like gadgets and making stuff?
Not
I don't think so.
not from what I know. Their powers don't really work well with technology. As soon as they activate them, it just tends to fry anything that they're holding.
This is an engineering. This looks like an engineering place, right?
Yeah, they were planning for something. Looks like building stuff.
But it couldn't have just been them.
Is Taurus on there?
Who?
Taurus? Am I saying his name
Sorry,
right?
the breakup in the call, or the compression of your voice in the call made it sound like Horus, and I was like, I don't remember that
That
character.
would be a badass NPC. No, Taurus.
Taurus is on there.
What does Taurus say?
Taurus, age 14, powers,
Is a fucking bull.
yeah, pretty much. Turn, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
But Astro Girl's
there
question
other-
mark?
That's right.
All right.
Are there any others that say turn yes?
A few. Going through people you might know. I'm opening up my thing, because I wrote this a long time ago. Alright. Switch is on there as well. And I should say, every single student on here has their hero name, their age, their place of birth, and their real name on there as well.
Ray takes out their cell phone and takes a picture.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So,
And then texts it to the group text, or like the Nightboi Annie group text.
Yeah.
so it's up to you as to whether or not you
So Switch is a yes.
say.
Yeah, who else says yes?
Switch is a yes.
Well, I just was going to say, so it has all this information, including their actual names. So it is up to you guys in character as to whether or not you want to read that part of it. So if it is, I will list the name of whoever you're looking at. If not, I won't say it.
I don't have a problem with reading it.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think Nightboi has no moral qualms knowing these people's real names because he knows he's going to forget him anyway, and he doesn't really care about their real names.
That's a good point.
Okay. All right. So you asked about Switch. Switch. Real name Nell Manzukis.
Hayden.
Yeah. Bobby.
All right. Anyway.
Turn most likely. See. Is there anyone else you want to know about? We've met a lot of people along the way.
Crimson Gale.
Crimson Gale. Real name, real name Tyler Monroe. Turn, unlikely.
Cool. I'm going through Shadow Puppet.
Well, Shadow Puppet's in the room with us, so
Nope,
hopefully
never
that's a
mind.
no.
No, I don't want to know. Like, I'm just all right.
So you
Ray
can
specifically
read it
doesn't wanna
without
know-
You can read it without reading the actual name if you don't want.
Yeah, no, I'm just
All right.
I'm just looking at this. Like Ray is specifically just looking for the turn.
Okay.
What about Nocturne?
For Shadow Puppet, it says turn. Shadow Puppet turn. Unlikely if the rest of his friends don't follow.
All right. What about Nocturne?
Nocturne says question mark.
Okay, I have one last one, and Ray notably is not looking up his actual name. Kid Aries.
Kid Aries says very likely.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So Kid Aries and Switch are both...
Very likely.
Yeah.
Any other... Also, yes, for the record, we do theoretically have it, like, on our phone and stuff. Is there anything else in the room?
What about the mirror face guy, the one that Ray
The
hates?
surrealist?
Yeah, the surrealist.
The surrealist says not even worth it.
So,
and metal face.
Oh, metal face. Metal face says turn. It says turn if could be persuaded if we could find something to bargain with him with. Without that, unlikely.
Rad. Okay, I got one. All right, anything else in the room, though?
Yes, there are. So there is the map of the school on one wall. There is the various blueprints that are on the other side are on the other wall, and strewn out on the benches are computer parts, mechanical things with wires sticking out of them. I know what technology is. All over.
can I try and figure out, like, assess the situation or something to try and figure out what the mechanical things do?
Yes, you can.
10.
Shit, you get to ask too.
All right. My questions then are... I'm not sure if assess the situation is the right set of questions.
You rolled well enough, so I will give you some stuff. You are checking out all of the things on this table. As soon as you got a 10, I will tell you what everything does. The short answer is none of the stuff here actually works. It all looks like attempts to build various things that just didn't pan out. Some of those things are simple as grappling hooks or things like that. Others, though, and especially one that is on the far left table, has a very big, conular piece of metal with, it looks like if you've ever seen tech that people use to shoot photons and shit, that kind of thing. It's conular with a bunch of reflective glass
I could
bits.
listen to you try to explain
big-
technology all day.
I don't know what things look like.
Like big shiny pieces of... So basically big chunky pieces of stainless steel bolted together.
Yeah, like that. The biggest, that is the biggest thing here, and that is underneath one of the blueprints, right? And you see, actually, you look up, you can sort of see what this thing was supposed to be based on the blueprints that it's under. Far as you can tell, this thing is supposed to send out a signal for something, but the signal it's supposed to send out is very, very, very powerful. You could send this thing into space, pretty much. No, actually, you could send this thing far, far into space and still be able to pick up the signal that it would give off if it worked.
Wow.
It doesn't.
Does it seem like it's trying to do the same thing as the EMP thing that Gorilla Napoleon was trying to steal?
No, this thing doesn't shut down anything. It just
sends a
gives
signal.
out a signal that you could latch onto from a very long
Okay.
ways away. However,
Wow.
amongst the blueprints that you do see, you see a blueprint for a device that looks very, very similar to that cube, the EMP that you found in the museum, and you even see a similar one that it's half finished, but is half finished because it didn't work, and they ended up abandoning it, and it's just sitting in a pile of junk.
Okay.
Is there anything in this room regarding the Sentinels themselves?
Regarding the Sentinels themselves, no. There is, on the map of the school, you see that there are some locations circled. One is the principal's office, but that circle has an X marked out on it. Another one that is been circled is the gym, dorm room 24.
Is that Lucy and Beale's room?
No, their locker was 23, I think.
Okay.
But is that the principal's house and the faculty parking lot? The principal's house, that has been X'd out as well. So the only circled areas that haven't been crossed out are
Gym,
the
dorm room, and parking lot?
gym, dorm room, parking lot, exactly.
So what I'm getting from this is it seems like they were really bad at everything.
I have a quick question about the info. So it sounds like the additions to Ray's power set, like for example, one of the things like electricity ?
Yes.
So that I don't think came to play till the Gorilla Napoleon fight.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that they're still using this room. Right? After, like, this is still in use.
Is that a safe assumption, Hayden? Because I want to make sure that if that's the conclusion that we can come to, then I want to make sure that's legit before we act on it, because that's pretty astute.
That is a very safe assumption to make.
I'm just checking, because that is like actually, like that I think is actually okay. So you see Ray thinking, and then they get up and they try to erase the 15 that they added to the thing.
I will not make you roll for that.
Thank you.
Gosh, trying to think if there's any evidence that someone's been here recently besides that. I want to stay here tonight.
Okay.
In this weird locker hideout?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyone want to stay with me?
Yeah, we could have a sleepover.
That'd be great.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a sleepover. We should invite somebody who's on this list who's not of high concern.
Someone from Hexbat's team?
Maybe. Or maybe we should just stay here ourselves and not let anybody else know about it.
Well, you should
What do
hang
you-
out, because I'm hanging out with Astro Girl tonight, so you two should see if something happens.
Okay.
Okay. Shadow Puppet,
Yeah.
you want to stay here with Annie and me?
Yes. Yes. And
Can you keep us hidden?
he vigorously shakes his head.
Okay, just wondering.
You can't be in my shadow that long. that long. Bad things happen.
Okay, I mean, I can hide. It's just that Annie can't hide. But Annie can pretend to be a piece of technology.
We could just hang a curtain.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find a way to hide Annie. Annie, how do you sleep?
I just sit there, plug myself in. I can go a couple days without being plugged in there, though.
Do your legs fold?
Yeah, I just sit down.
So you basically, it's just the top part of you that's laying on your folded legs?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that if you hang out at a corner could be a thing. Oh, Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, all right, so sorry, one last thing before we leave, just because I
Yeah,
double-checked the suspects list. Horror show's the last one that was on the list, so you didn't ask about. What does horror show say?
Horror show says very likely.
Okay.
Airhead says not very likely.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we have now gone through everybody on our suspects list, so I'm good.
All right. Horror show very likely, however, did not have the tattoo.
Amongst all of the blueprints that you find, you do see one that is not for a piece of technology that is here. And in fact, it's not even a piece of technology at all. It is a mask, a metal mask that has a gem in the center of it. The blueprint that you see is just the mask just has the shape of a featureless person's face. Paper clipped, taped, and affixed to this blueprint in various ways are photographs of metal face and all of the different shapes that his mask has taken. Just tons of them.
Right.
Shapes of a lion, of a skull, of a bird, of a bunch of different things.
Looks like they really want his mask. Or the
Ray
gem.
takes pictures of all of this.
The three of you being Annie, Nightboi, and Shadow Puppet, decide to wait out the rest of the day inside of the bunker in case someone else comes in. And Ray, you said you wanted to keep that friend date that you've got.
Yes.
See you, Ray.
Bye.
Be careful.
Bye. And sparkle wipe.
Sparkle wipe.
Sparkle wipe. I love
What does
it.
that look like?
It's like confetti.
Listen, and then, boom, title cards. Dun, dun, dun. It's happening with Ray. And like a really like 80s like theme song comes on. As we cut to shots of people shopping at the mall. It sounds more like an anime actually.
Yeah. I'm very
Gotta
into it though.
Yeah. So, where do you want to meet Astro Girl at the mall?
Food court.
Food court, food court, food court. Guess what? We are there at the food court. Astro Girl has arrived. You recognize it's her because her costume doesn't have a mask, but you do see she is just in regular person clothes. She's not wearing her costume right
What's
now.
her outfit?
Her outfit. Bobby, I'm so glad that you asked what her outfit is. Okay.
My
So-
priorities.
So it is a wonderful aqua blue sweater set with
Hated.
with white boots and a white skirt.
Love it.
And
All right.
when I say boots, I'm like season 1 Buffy, like high boots. Right?
Exactly. They're like go-go boots for the listener.
Yes, go-go
like
boot.
white
That's exactly
go-go
what-
boots.
Yes.
All right. Ray goes up and hugs Astro Girl.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Glad you could make it.
I'm glad that I could make it too.
So,
So-
do you have a dress for the dance? Like, do you need any accessories or anything?
She looks a look of pure panic comes across her face. She goes, I don't have a dress for the dance. Oh my god. I've spent so much time planning it that I forgot to get a dress.
Oh, it's okay. We can get you a dress. We can do that. Do you want to go to whatever Halcyon City's Nordstrom is?
Yes, it's Dorstrom's.
I actually don't know where you get prom. I got my prom dresses at a vintage store
I do.
because I'm a
Yeah,
cool
well, okay. And now we have to. It's that time of the show again where we have to question what movies has Ray seen that they would influence their decision of shop to go to.
Oh.
Because if you've seen like a bunch of cool hip indie teen movies, right?
Yeah.
You might think vintage shop, right?
Yeah,
So what do you think?
that's a really good question. I think their main thing are actually like John Hughes movies, and but like Pretty in Pink also like does like vintage shop stuff.
Yeah. So
I think we do vintage shop.
vintage shop, vintage shop. This is poor Stan. This is just. This is the just Bobby and Hayden of friendship simulation now.
Shopping montage.
Let's
Yes,
go
it's
vintage
like
clothes shopping.
It's
And
literally just us recreating that time that Hayden and I went to Buffalo Exchange.
for real.
Okay.
Let's go to the Strand next.
Okay. So we go to a vintage store.
All right. Now, we have a montage, of course.
Yes.
What is the song that is playing over this, Bobby?
Steal My Sunshine.
Steal My Sunshine is playing as we're trying on clothes. So I need some outfits. What do we try? And then ultimately, what is the winner in this situation, Bobby?
So Nightboi, or nope, wrong. Astro Girl, seems to wear a lot of white. All right, so I think I have the final thing in my head. So I think the first thing would be like a, and this is like, so the way these montages go, right? It's like two like hell no outfits, and then one that's like slightly better, and then like the final one. So
Right.
the no one would be like a really poofy emerald green dress that like it's a fine dress. It just clearly is not Astro Girl style.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is a pink like sheath dress, so it's a little bit more like fitted. And that is also a no. Then, okay, Hayden, I need some help on the two like close to finals, and we can work this out together.
Okay. So
white jumpsuit.
Okay.
Or white sequin dress.
Okay, I think because the theme is Forever Young, all in 1920s, right? Yes. I think that the sequin dress has to win out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the I think we got to spice it a bit. We'll just add a little flavor on there. So I think white sequin, right? But maybe like on the sides, black sequins.
All right, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Are you sold on this? I don't know if you are.
I am sold on this.
Okay, because it matches the colors of her costume.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Okay, it's like that great kind of like, yeah, like it's like loose and like, but like kind of slinky at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of flappered kind of thing.
Exactly.
Love it. Yes, we see this. It emerges like Venus from the shell or whatever, but clothed in a great clothes. And we all agree that yes, this is the dress. And guess what? We're going to say yes to it.
Yes.
Boom.
All right. So he thumbs up it. Oh, it looks so good.
It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to do this kind of thing. It's so good. It even matches my costume.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
Sparkle wipe. It's like all right. We go back to a place that you have been before, Astro Girl's house. Except it's daytime still. And you can see things and stuff. There's no DJ. And no Son of Samson. Plying underclassmen with alcohol. Actually, he was pretty... Actually, no, he wasn't. I forget that episode entirely. I don't know decisions I've made. In the light of day, you can see her house more clearly, because that's how light works.
Yeah.
And you're actually able to see more of the decor of this house. And it's pretty telling, because there are lots of photographs of this family, all in matching super costumes, right? You have a mom and a dad and two kids, a boy, girl. Boy is wearing blue. The girl is in white, and the mom is in purple, and the dad is in red. And it's various like family style portraits, you know, like all on the stairs together, or like whatever. Like one was clearly for Easter because someone has a basket. Others are clippings from newspapers, things like that. You see the family fighting a many-armed like robot octopus down the city, and like promotional posters with the family on them. And as you sort of go along the hallway to Astro Girl's room, you see that the mom shows up less and less in the photographs, and then the brother as well, until finally it's just photos of Astro Girl, you know, doing like her solo hero thing. And then you arrive to Astro Girl's room. Are you ready for her room?
Yes.
Oh, but it is very, very tidy. Like, Ray Kondo would have a just chef's kiss moment. Just wow, she'd be so happy. Everything is folded. It's in tiny boxes. Guess what? Inside of other boxes to help organize those bigger boxes. It's great. Is one of those like pen holders that like holds single pens, right? Just like in a row. So you just pluck one out. A wonderful like salmon color bread spread. Some fairy lights. And you see there's a photograph on her nightstand of a hero that you can't quite place at first, but then you remember where you've seen her before. This is Miss Minerva, who you didn't know existed before your encounter in the museum. You saw her in a photograph with a slightly younger Captain Ares. And yes, there's a photo of her like striking a hero pose or whatever on Astro Girl's nightstand. And there's a poster of I can't read my own goddamn handwriting. And a poster of Margaret Hamilton on on like the closet door, standing next to the stacks of code.
Oh yes. That took
Looking
me a minute to get there.
Very happy. And yes, that is Astro Girl's room.
Awesome.
She's like putting up the dress and various other things that I assume you also bought at the mall.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to get shoes, you had to get accessories.
Exactly. You gotta put together an ensemble, right?
I really like your room.
Oh, forgot to mention something. Is very neat. On the desk, you see there's, along with the pen holder and stuff, there's also one of those great again, you're gonna love me describing technology. So there's a computer, but there's also behind on the wall, you know, those like boards set up that have outlines for tools on them?
Yes.
There's one of those right there. Every tool is in place. It's like pliers, like a soldering iron, and things like that. All perfectly in place right there. Now I'm done.
It's very, very, very cool. I didn't realize. Do you like build your own tools and stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's something I've fallen off doing for a little bit. I mainly did it when I was younger. I couldn't quite control my powers whenever I... Actually, let me show you. And she rummages around in her closet for a little bit until she pulls out a box. And she sets it on the bed and takes it out. And she pulls out a smaller version of her costume. And you recognize it from the photographs of her when she was younger. Yeah, I couldn't really move whenever I was using my powers when I was younger. It would just sort of float around. So I made this, and you see on the belt of her costume are like 2 coils of wire that you see there's a mechanism for them to shoot out and grapple onto things. and then retract in. So I'd use these to like hook onto buildings and stuff and move myself around while in zero gravity.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have you ever thought about doing anything with gadgets?
No, not really. I mean, the technology is not really a thing on my planet, and it's all kind of new, but it seems really, really cool.
Oh yeah, it's great. You can build all kinds of things to help you out.
And it's almost like the person piloting Ray works in electronics manufacturing. Anyway, no, but yeah, gadgets seem really cool. I really like what Kid Aries does.
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot better now. He had a really rough go of it his first year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, when you're the kid of like the most famous superhero on Earth, it's a lot of pressure, and he doesn't have powers, so I think that made things hard for him. That's why I tried to take him under my wing whenever he first got here. I sort of grew up in a similar situation.
Sorry. Oh yeah? But your power set's so cool. Like, you're so powerful.
Yeah, I had to work a long time to really figure it all out. Whenever I was a kid, it mostly what I could do is just cancel out gravity in a sphere around me. So what my brother would do, because he was really strong, is he would throw me into the middle of whatever was going on, and I would just float everything and all the bad guys around me so they couldn't do anything.
Sort of like a fastball special, if you will.
Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, no, my dad wasn't really satisfied with that, so I worked and I got a lot better at it. Now I can do all sorts of things. And she floats over a pair of pliers from the tool board on her desk.
That's so cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that I could become a rain cloud till really, really recently. I guess Switch was right about me.
Switch. Oh yes, that new kid who can like, switch with things. It's not a very original name.
Well, they can't all be as good as Astro Girl, but yeah, we had to fight them in combat training, and the switching thing was really. Annie and I got all tangled up in each other. It was not fun.
Yeah, I heard about that. Do you know how it actually works? The whole switching thing. I've never seen someone that could teleport that way.
I don't know a whole lot about it. Yeah, it's kind of a weird power set. They can only switch themselves with somebody else, and they can't and it's just like a 1-for-1, like them and the other person like swap places. It's really brutal in a fight, though.
Yeah, I just realized I don't know a lot about you, despite. Well, actually, no, not despite, because she doesn't know you at all. You haven't hung out before. Just realizing I don't really know a lot about you, and you don't really know a lot about me either, which is rare for me. People not knowing who I am.
Yeah, I mean, you seem really cool, but yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of new here, so I'm still, figuring out who everybody is.
Well, where are you from? Like, what's it like? All I know is that you're not from Earth.
So I'm from a alien planet. It's called Nobelium. We're a bunch of gas people. We don't really have, families or anything. I just kind of... it's kind of like how cells asexually reproduce. So we don't really have any traditional family structures or anything. And I'm young for a gas, but it's not like puberty exists. And yeah, and I really like human stuff, which is not normally what we do. We just kind of float around and kind of expand as gases do. But I got this TV wound up on my planet, and I got really, really into it. So, and that's why I'm here. I really like humans seem cool. So, and people at home weren't liking me as much. So, and I'm here.
So you'd So you don't have family, is there?
No, I have a Flo. Flo is I guess they're my mom. I don't. Flo was Flo, and then Flo was Flo and Ray. But like, I don't talk to them or anyone really at home that much, and I don't think like yeah.
I get that. My family's sort of the same way.
Is your dad around a lot?
Not a lot, really. He's out a lot he's still trying to make it as a hero, but so he's not home a lot.
Yeah, that's why I like TV and stuff. But it looks like you keep really busy, so.
Yeah, I gotta make it on the Sentinels, so, trying to do everything that I can to stand out,
Yeah, how did you get that internship with Barrage?
I wish I could say I like saved her from a giant gorilla or something, but it was really just all of the work that I did with my family whenever I was a kid. And then in Defenders Academy, I've been top of my class since I first enrolled there and been trying to do as well as I can in all the missions that they give me and just do everything as by the book as possible, as efficiently and as good as possible. And it all worked out. And they approached me and asked me if I wanted an internship. And of course I said yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she's great to work for. She's not quite what I expected whenever I thought I would be working with one of the Sentinels, but it's a foot in the door, and that's all that matters.
And I mean, you're still in high school. No, you've definitely accomplished a lot, but you seem to be doing a lot more than, I don't know, going to the mall and dating?
She blushes. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of time for that kind of thing.
But you hang out with Son of Samson, right?
Yeah, it's there are a lot of kids that are comfortable just getting by on everything that their parents have done. That's not how I want to do things, and we disagreed on that, and it's sort of it's made everything difficult for us. So
I'm sorry.
but we're back together ish.
Is he going to the dance with you?
I don't know if he's picking me up or if I'm picking him up. I need to talk to him about that. I'll probably end up having to pick him up again.
I'm really excited to go with Kid Aries.
You're going with Kid Aries.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I did not expect that from either of you, but he's really sweet. I hope everything. I'm sure you'll both have a great time.
I mean, he invited me to your party, and he seems really nice. So, and he was really, really nice when we beat him that time in combat training.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. I'm going to be very honest with you. Because he and I have had grown up in very similar situations, so I can tell you that having the heroes for parents sometimes makes dating hard because they have certain ideas about what you should be doing and the types of people that you should be seeing. And I get the sense that his dad is one of those people. I just don't want you getting your feelings hurt if something happens.
Oh, well, thank you for the concern.
I'm sure that you two will have a great time. I'm probably just worrying too much, like I always do. You seem nice, but I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited. I've never been to a dance before.
You've never been to a dance before?
Yeah, we don't have high school at my planet, so
Do you know how to dance?
I've seen it happen, and we have. Actually after we went dancing after the Gorilla Napoleon fight.
Oh, where did you go?
The Copper.
Oh, I've been there before. It's a cool place. But
Yeah.
Do you know how to slow dance though?
No.
Well, you should probably learn before you actually give him. Hold on. And she walks over to a pill and plugs in a aux cord. And a song starts playing. And she holds out her hand to you.
Ray takes it.
Okay. and she pulls you in close and says, okay, just a hand on the hip right here, and you take my other hand and just step in time to the beat. And she begins leading you, and you're and just like that, you're dancing together.
Ray's like thrilled, like has a giant. This is nice.
It is one of the funner things that we have on Earth.
It doesn't quite work how I imagined it working on TV.
And how did you imagine it would be?
Ray puts their head on. I'm assuming Astro Girl's taller than Ray. In my head, Astro Girl's tall.
Yes.
Either way, Ray puts their head on her shoulder.
Oh, but that's one way you can do it.
Ray looks up, but like still kind of keeping close. Oh, is that okay? I thought that's how that works on TV, and they kind of like blush.
You can see she is blushing too. Just know that's you're born natural. And I think the music continues to play, and you both gently sway back and forth to the music, and the imaginary camera pans out on both of you, and you're framed and backs out through the doorway. We see the two of you perfectly framed there, just dancing as we slowly fade out.
Yes.
Boom. End of episode. As we see she slowly takes the knife in her hand and brings it down.
It's not killing Eve, Hayden. Unless it is.
So, this has been an episode. But yeah, I think that brings us to the close of another episode of TSMR Masks. Let's see. Let's do end of episode things.
Let's do it.
Let us do it. All right.
Do it.
Hello, I'm your favorite gay dragon, Hayden.
I'm also a gay dragon, Bobby.
And this is Stan Ferguson.
A human has entered our lair. You can't see. I'm wearing a full gray body stocking with little golf balls attached to them. And there's dots on my face, and I'm crawling around on the ground of our studio floor.
Wow.
You're touching my gold coins.
Oh, okay.
my
You're
gold.
Smaug. You're being Smaug.
No, I am. My name is Maug.
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 Hey, Maug.
Hey, Maug.
Hey, Maug, man.
How's it going?
All right. So, besides
R.I.P.
being
that
silly,
bit. I'm lowering it into the casket. Yeah, its life was short, and you know what? It was short. Vitam veritas. E pluribus unum.
so thank you for listening to another episode of They See Me Rollin'.
Masks. Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Were you doing the immigrant song?
No, that was Flash.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, thank you so much for listening. It's nice to know that you're out there, and all that good stuff. We're I'm hoping you're all enjoying all the dancing and shopping and party planning. If you're
What
not,
else
well,
is you
blame
here for?
Stan because he let me take over.
Also, we got plenty. We got some fucking intel.
And conspiracy.
We did
Fashion
indeed get some
conspiracies.
intel.
Yes, we did. Secrets revealed. Feelings felt. So many exciting things happening. Buck, I hope you are buckled in and that your phones are set to airplane mode because we're about to hit some fucking turbulence. Boom! All right. Anyway, until next time, though, if you guys out there, if you folks out there cannot wait until the next episode and you need some more TSMR content in your life, guess what? I've got a deal for you. If you will just kindly, right into my palm, deposit $5. Thank you. You now get access to all kinds of great things. You get access to our newsletter that is curated, written, all that good stuff by the very best wordsmith of the entire cast, Bobby.
Oh, thank
Bobby,
you.
what kind of things can they find and expect in the future on this wonderful newsletter that...
We got, I reviewed the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, which I love. Ray has Ray has done pop culture recommendations for NPCs. This probably isn't going to coincide right, but at some point there will be a Babysitters Club chapter, like, with Annie. So it's like the Babysitters Club featuring Annie and various NPCs and people of Halcyon City.
So it's Ray's friend fiction?
Yes.
And to be sure, the newsletter and a sizable amount of our bonus content that Bobby puts out there is available to our $1 level subscribers.
Ah, yes. For a mere $1, you get access to that great stuff. So not only do you get some great words to put in front of your eyeballs to make you chortle and go, aw, and all kinds of things. You might even learn something like how to make shakshuka.
Oh, yeah.
So-
We got Hayden's shakshuka recipe.
Hell yeah. So you're getting great stuff for a mere $1.
And we got bonus content if you just want to hear, like, 3 hours of Stan struggling to remember NPCs' names. We have that.
Yep. So great content for your eye holes and your ear holes, and you get the pleasure of supporting one of your favorite actual play shows. If you want to be even more generous, or you're just jonesing for some more content for your ear holes, well, just hand me $5 more. That's right. All right, here we go. $5. Actually, no, it would be $4 more. Here we go. $4 more right into my palm. Thank you.
It's like that
All right.
baseball in the baseball bat question.
Yes, I'm going to deposit that in the TSMR coffers. Click, click. The lock is now locked. You will never see that money again. Nah, but you do get other things to help fill that hole that $5 is left in your heart, such as our entire back catalog of our fiasco episodes, hours and hours of content to listen to. You get to see us have a mental breakdown over the course of about an hour each episode. And just out now are our character creation episode and the very first episode. Is that out yet? The very first episode,
No.
Bobby? Okay, coming up.
Oh, by the time this episode's out, it will be.
Okay, so up right now. Flip that chicken. All right. So you get access to the character creation episode and the very first episode of a brand new 5e campaign DM'd by what is the wordsmith themselves, Bobby. What? You're doing so much cool content for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough.
We do a
Yeah.
beauty pageant in the first episode, so.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I had so much fun doing that. It was great to be back in 5e and like in a cool fantasy setting and to live out my miscongeniality dreams. But yeah, tell us a bit more about this new campaign that you're doing though, Bobby.
Yeah, so it's a 5e campaign. So it's going to be entirely one-offs. So it's going to be the same characters. It's the adventures of Dagson, Bert, and Case, who are part of a traveling performance troupe who travel around and get up to shenanigans. So far, they have retrieved the May Crown. I think that's what I called it. And or needed to retrieve a crown and participate in a beauty pageant. And there'll be some other fun bits coming up. There's no, I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, so that's the Patreon.
It's so much fun. But I was very I don't want to spoil it. Actually, we can cut this out because I just want to tell you. During that episode, I was I was waiting for the twist where it turns out that the beauty pageant was going to end in like a Wicker Man.
No. Should I have Wicker Man? I was like debating going Wicker Man with it, but I'm like, no. Like, so I think you need to realize a very important thing about me. I am very much on the Summer Isles side of the original Wicker Man. So like, I was like, I'm just going to have this really chill Wicker Man-esque festival, but also like, maybe they burn an effigy, but it's totally someone who deserved it, and none of you deserved it, so.
We were spared.
Yeah.
I wonder who that poor soul was, though, that did have to keep their appointment with the Wicker Man. Anyway. But yeah, so you get access to all that at the $5 level, and if you want to, you can donate a little bit more, but I understand. I'm also cheap, because I'm poor. So $5 level gets you all that wonderful stuff, and you also get the pleasure of knowing you did a good thing. You're supporting one of your favorite actual play shows, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And there's also a producer's tier, isn't there, Stan?
There is. Currently on the producer's tier is our buddy Noah.
Noah, master of reviews. Yeah, producer's tier, which is $10.
Yep.
Yes.
$10 a month, you get to be added into the producer tiers. You get your thank you at the end of each episode. So,
yep.
And you get a permanent spot in our hearts.
Aww.
Well, all of the Patreon donors do, but it's like how Paul is at Peter is at the right hand of Jesus in heaven. Right? It's like that. You all get into TSMR heaven, but the producers get to sit by us on our gilded thrones.
Especially, yeah.
But I think all of that. I think that's all that needs to be said about that.
Well, I mean, there's an even
else?
higher tier.
Oh, what? Oh, yes, there is a very exclusive tier. Tell us, Stan, what?
I'm trying to find it.
I have it. I have the Patreon up.
Oh, here we
now.
go. Here we go. Oh, well, there are two more tiers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's the $50 elder tier. What do we do there?
Ad reads.
Oh, yeah, ad reads. Okay, who cares? No one's ever going to do that.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hey,
more important
if you have a
is the legendary tier.
Yes.
For a mere $15,000 a month. You can have us... We'll travel to you and perform a live recording.
So, come on, listeners. I know there's got to be at least one eccentric billionaire among you, okay? Think about it. You could have us right in your midst performing an exclusive live episode just for you. Think of it. If you just think about it, we could become best friends after that. And listen, I will become your best friend.
On a shopping montage.
You could, yes, you could go on a shopping montage with us.
It's important also to point out that $15,000 actually has to hit the bank account so that we can pay for the trip.
So we can afford it, yeah.
Yes. But listen, I'm just saying, think about it. It could change your life forever. Yeah. With all that wonderful stuff out of the way, you can keep in touch with us on various social medias. You can join our Facebook group. Tons of cool people posting cool things all the time on there. We've got a few people actually recently that have been going through our very first campaign for the first time and sending us great little updates, live reactions as they're listening to it, and it has been a delight reading them. I have to say, keep it up if you're listening to this. And you can also head over to our Twitter page, which I run, and believe me, when you see it, you'll be able to tell. It's at TSMRcast. You can read my musings on the latest episodes of Riverdale, why the trailer for Skywalker Rises is my favorite movie of 2019. And what just all my thoughts on fashion, and you'd hear me get to
Tweet
you to
snippets
read.
of our fucking. So Hayden and I message each other, and oftentimes Hayden will send me something, and then it'll pop up on the Twitter.
And then you will be like, "Hey, we talked about this before. You're just using me as your like beta reader."
Yeah, I just want to be credited for my role on the TSMR Twitter.
Every tweet that you have seen before I send it out, I will add edited by Bobby.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make sure to do that from now on. But you can get all that great content for free by joining those social media platforms. You can also earn another great place. And you're not right next to the Gilded Throne, but you're pretty close to it. You can get there by leaving a review with your name. Well, don't put your name in the review if you don't want to.
Not your full
Leave a
name.
review for us, and then send us a screen cap of that on any of those social media platforms that we have just mentioned, and leave whatever name you want us to refer to you by and your pronouns. And you can, or none if you don't want. We'll just, it's fine. Screen cap with your name and the review, and you can hear me sing a song just for you at the end of this episode. This episode specifically, we're going to edit the file so that we have all of the review songs just right there in this episode and no other episode. Well, I think this has been enough chin wagging, enough lollygagging. We will ride off into the space stars tonight, dear listeners, and get started on the next episode. Until then, though, I've been Hayden. Is that how we end this?
This is Stan.
And good night, all you beautiful material girls living in the material world. Thanks for all the spaghetti. Ear trumpet audio. It's like the ocean. Limitless, forever, and unknowable.